Alliance. He is the beast from Hollywood East, Michael the Hammer Mulligan.
All right, hey folks, Michael the Hammer Mulligan here with Juliano Banana Cotino. What's up, man?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Awesome, awesome.
Right.
How's training going?
Good so far. You
Yeah.
know, been training hard with the boys, CCFA, CDO Tong. It's been tough, man. I'm all sore.
Yeah.
They tell me whenever you're sore, that's you doing the, the right job. So.
That's the growth. That's the growth. No pain, no gain. All right, so since the last time we talked, you've been training a ton of stand-up.
Yep, been working on my stand-up for the last year and a half, I would say.
Yep.
Been going down to CDO Tong, Big John.
Yeah.
Been working my hands with Pat and Gresh a lot. You know, just lately I started working with Mark too.
Deligrati?
Yeah, little pads with Mark.
Yep.
And you know, those guys, they have everything to show me, you know, as far as the stand-up goes. And I'm
now you're
always learning.
teaching, aren't you teaching?
Yeah.
Are you teaching it?
Teaching
CDO
over there.
Tong?
Yeah, me and Chris, we're teaching down there Tuesdays. Chris are teaching there Tuesdays, and then I'm there Thursdays.
No, Mike's teaching
Wednesday at noon.
Wednesday. So you got now it's CDO Tong in Somerville.
Yeah,
Somerville, right?
Yeah.
Is 3 black belts teaching there during the day.
Three black belts right now. They got a good crew over there, man.
That's
classes. Last class that I had down there on Thursday, I think it was about 32 dudes on the mat.
Yeah.
You know?
How did there was a lot of people from there. I saw Gina online. I seen her. She was there for Naga and stuff, right?
She did good. She did good,
Yeah.
man. She's a tough girl. Her and Danielle, they all did great.
Good.
They tough girls.
Yeah. Now, do you have a lot of students from Cape Cod Fighting Alliance at Naga?
No, we didn't have many guys there. We had a lot of kids. You know, we had I can't remember. Ryan Kane took second place.
Yep.
A few other kids, they all took second place as well. Just one kid, I think he didn't do too well. He lost, you know. And
Yeah,
he could
you
keep
gotta
going,
start
but it
somewhere,
happens,
right?
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time he competed.
Yep.
So it's good to get in there and get the, the experience.
Now, did that new blue belt? What's his name? Steve Perry. Did he show up there?
Man, Steve, no, he came up with this injury on his wrist. Man.
He did?
Yeah, he was gonna go.
I think he's faking it because I told him when he got his blue belt that I'm coming for him because I don't have my blue belt yet, and I'm coming for him. So I figure it this way: if I can take him out, I get my blue belt. That's what I think.
That's pretty much. And then I told her, you be ready for Mr. Mulligan because he's coming after you. You better be ready.
Steve, I'm coming for you, boy.
Be careful, dude.
Does he get a nickname? Does Steve Perry get a nickname?
We play around with him. We call him Stevie Socks.
Stevie Socks. That's right. That's right. Now I was thinking of I don't know, because I think he was whining about Buffalo. I was thinking I was going to call him Stevie Nader Socks or something. I don't know what I mean.
They all good guys.
Yeah, it's a blast.
That's when you see someone that's interested in the game. They want to improve. They want to get promoted. You know what I mean?
He's already calling Shaney. He's sending Shane text.
Yeah, he told me.
I need help on the wrestling again. You know,
he knows where to go. He tried to find the best ones around. So that's why he's looking into getting in touch with Shane.
Yeah, and they did good before. He learns too. I love to see a guy. He's got. How old do you think he is?
32, I would say.
32, 33 years old,
something like
and
that.
he's interested. He's not a small guy,
yeah,
and he's interested in taking care of himself and learning the sport.
He lost a tons of weight. He's still long road to go, but he lost about 50 pounds already since he started doing it.
Yep.
And he's working hard and try to get down there.
Now, on March 17th, they got not only the fights at night, CFX March 17th, Banana Juliano Cotino is fighting
Jason Doloff.
That guy, Jason Doloff, the angry man. He's fighting Jason. Johnny Johnson.
He'll be fighting too. I forgot the guy's name, but he mentioned it to me yesterday. In that card. It's going to be a bunch of guys from CDO Tong. I would say about 5, 6 guys from CDO Tong.
That's going to be a great card. That's at the JUNGLEPLEX.
JUNGLEPLEX, yeah.
But earlier that day is Napaga. They're going to run Napaga for the day before that.
Yeah, and I think this one is going to be a big event because the first one, you know what I mean, there was a lot of people looking into it. There was a lot of spectators, and I think this time it's going to be a lot of competitors.
Well, they've had 2 so far.
Yeah.
And the first one, there was a lot of people showed up. It wasn't quite as full. The second one, there was a lot more people. Now, this was out in Rhode Island, so it was kind of away from our mix here, but we still ended up with, I think, at least 5 or 6 competitors there.
Yeah.
And we all did really well. All the guys, all the kids did really well.
Yeah.
Now, this time, because it's in Plymouth at the JUNGLEPLEX, there's going to be a ton of people, I think.
I think it would be like a lot of guys competing. I had a bunch of people already asking me about it, and then I think it's going to be a bunch of guys down there, especially from us over here. I think.
Yeah, from CCFA, it's right across the street. So are you guys doing anything special, do you know, over there with this?
Mike and Pat, they've been working with the kids right now, you know, the 16, 17 years old kids. They're doing some special training. I didn't have the chance to be there for that. But I'm pretty sure they working on that. You know, they're doing some stand up with the kids and getting them ready for.
Now I know that there's a lot of big guys that are going there too, full grown men that go. I know that we got like Dana Forts. Dwayne Forts, I'm sorry. Dwayne is going to be there, I believe. I actually talked to Eric Foley, who's a fighter that he said that he would like to do that. So I don't know if he's going to do it or not. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying that it's drawing a lot of interest to. What it is with the new commission involved now, a lot of people can't fight once they reach a certain age in MMA unless they already did. Like if I wanted to fight now, I could still fight because I'm grandfathered. Thanks, commission. I'm grandfathered in. Yeah. But a lot of these guys that are up and coming, that are already over that mark, can't fight. So this is a great opportunity from them.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a nice thing for all the students to show this stuff too.
And then also, you know, people that, you know, with the MMA growing so fast like that, it's awesome to people, you know, to get their, you know, feet wet in there before they decide to jump in the cage.
Right,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? It's a good experience to be in there, you know what I mean? Because it's no strikes allowed to the head, just the body. But it's the same adrenaline. You're going against someone that you don't know, you know what I mean?
I gotta say, watching it though, sometimes this is the thing. What I said to Shane, because Shane's done it twice. He won both times. He walked away. Last time he won youth and adult. What I said to him though is when I'm watching it, it's almost like I'm watching a sparring match.
Yeah.
When you're starting off, which isn't, you know. So I told him that we were going to take him in the back and wind him up and kick his butt a couple of times before he went out there, so he was already, you know, up to speed. Because a lot of times it starts off slow, you know. It's like, you know, if you ever watch the Muay Thai guys when they're training, they start off with tink, tink, little tiny kicks, but once they get going, it's,
before you know, they're throwing everything they can.
Bombs.
With bad intentions.
Bombs, exactly. So Jason Doloff, you've seen him fight a couple times, right?
I've seen him fight a couple times. Most likely the fight that you had against him, and you knock him out.
Yeah.
So
I was the first.
Yeah.
You could be the next.
The first one. He's a tough kid, man.
He is.
You know, he comes at you looking for the clinch, and he's gonna try to, you know, clinch with me, and I'm ready for whatever the fight take me to. You know what I mean? I'm training my stand up. Not that I want to be doing a stand up with him. I want to, you know, doing on whatever I do best, which is the ground game. You know,
Well, you're like liquid on the ground for a big guy. You like watch a lot of flow. You know, it's just so smooth.
So that's what I'm. You know, I'm expecting a tough guy as always. You know, I don't take anybody easy.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take some tips from you too because you're already fun.
There you go. Don't expect him to wear out as quick as you think.
I know, dude. I know.
Here's the first thing. You look at him, he's not, you know, he's more on the Roy Nelson side than the, you know, GSP side, you know.
He's a tough kid, I know that.
But his cardio lasts, you know. It's very surprising that his cardio can hold out that long because we, as you know, the saying at Cape Cod Fighting Alliance is cardio is king.
Yeah.
So it's a constant cardio balance. So for me, I train really hard for that fight, and then I get in there, and after, you know, there was 5-minute rounds, so we were halfway through the second round before it was done.
Yeah.
You know,
plus you got the adrenaline, you know, people watching you, and everything is involved. It don't matter how hard you train for the fight, you're always gonna get in there expecting that you're gonna get, you know, really tired.
Exactly.
Adrenaline. You know.
Exactly. And it's weird too because I found out that you know, you could punch the bag and spar and mitts as much as you want, but when you get in there, you realize as much as you want.
Yep.
Yeah. You realize that they don't hit. It doesn't. When you're hitting the other guy, it ain't as hard as you think it is.
No,
it doesn't. No. And when you're getting hit, it's like, oh, that didn't hurt.
Yeah.
You know. Sometimes they could probably hit the sweet spot, but.
So that's why, man, I'm working a lot on my conditioning, my cardio. You know, training with a lot of heavy guys. You know, Big John.
Nice. Now tell me more about Big John. How's he doing up there with his jiu-jitsu?
Oh man, he's into it, man. He's training with Mike on Wednesdays morning, doing the gi.
Yep.
And then I've been coming down there on Saturdays, and he also is doing my class on Thursday night. So at least 3 times a week he's been putting the gi on. We've been going over a few things, you know what I mean, mistakes. And then I was joking with him because he only commits the mistake once. You know, he doesn't fall for the same sweep or same submission twice,
right.
which is awesome.
That's beautiful. That's quick.
He's growing quick, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just like, should I show that to him? So I don't know. I think it twice before. You know?
You don't want to give him all your tricks?
I don't want to give him everything.
I don't think you two will be fighting each other, so I don't think you got to worry about it.
I'll be in trouble for that.
Yeah. How's his kicks? He's like a tough kid.
Oh my God, man.
This guy fought his last fight. He fought it. He broke his foot in the first round and then knocked the guy out in the second round. So there's no quitting him.
Rolled his ankle and then it was broke. You could see it was broken, but he's still going in there and just survived the end of the first round. The guy had him in mount position, punching, and then he couldn't get out because his foot he didn't have the leverage and the strength to push off and roll the guy off of him, but. He survived the first round and came on the second round, man, and it just destroyed the skin.
Yep, nice. Nice. All right, I got to ask this. Now, I know that you were at the fights and I was at the fights.
Yeah.
We did a lot of hype leading up to the Cage Titans fight, and we did interviews with Sloppy Joe, and we did interviews with Sean Baker, and we talked a lot about that fight. What the hell happened?
Man, we were right there, you know, Sloppy Joe, he's a strong kid, you know what I mean? He trained hard like Sean Baker, he did the same, but I think on that night he was, you know, he had him pinned against the fence, you know what I mean? It wasn't a full guillotine at the time that we saw, you know, that we were trying to give him, you know, Baker to defend the wrist, and he was doing everything. But because his weight was pushing him against the fence, he couldn't get up because of that, and then he threw a few knees to the body, and you know, and then he went for the kill. I think it was more like a neck crank to it. To guillotine.
So Baker lost to Sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
First round, they called it a guillotine. But I got to tell you, I didn't see it sunk in. I was right there, and I didn't see it sunk all the way in. And I saw Mike Lobo look at him. Sitting right there in the corner and go, don't you tap out. He told him, he said, don't you tap out.
I mean, I think, you know, in there, anything can happen, you know what I mean? He had the position right towards, you know, he had his way towards Sean. Sean couldn't get up, and he had it. I think to me it was more like a neck crank, which is, you know, I wouldn't tap because that's my art. I try to survive, you know what I mean? Someone has to put me out in order to make me tap.
I'm with you. I've been there. I know. Yep.
You know what I mean? And then especially in the cage, you get in the cage, you're fighting against somebody, you know what I mean, that you don't know. He's strong. He's there. They all well prepared. I would fight that guillotine, you know, until I can't anymore, and then he's going to have to put me to sleep. You know, that's what I think. But for Sean, I think, you know, he didn't train much ground. You know, we did a lot of work on the wall.
Did a ton of work on the wall.
You know what I mean? But when you get there, it's a total different thing. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Well, you know, and I'm not saying this about this fight in particular, but I think that some people are made to be fighters and some aren't.
Yeah.
Some people are made. Some people got the killer instinct, and I don't want to use killer in the sport, but I'm saying it as a thing. And some people just don't have that instinct for survival. Some would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the option is put before them just to tap out, they're going to take that before they.
Yeah, especially if that's not their, you know, art, the primary art, which is Sean. He loves to stand up. You know, we all know that. He loves to stand up. You know, he was lacking a little bit on the ground, but for this time, he's the next day on Monday, starting Monday after his fight, he was in the mats, putting the gi on, and he knows what needs to be done.
Good. Oh, good for him then.
So he's back in track doing jiu-jitsu with us.
Yeah.
And
so he probably took it hard, but he didn't let it defeat him.
No. He's back in the gym,
Good,
training the ground game, which is, for MMA, you need to be well-rounded. You need to have a little bit of everything in order to step in the cage.
Yeah, and we talk about this all the time. You know, this is a tough sport. One of the things is it's not all about your record. You know, in boxing, it's all, what's his record, what's his record?
Yeah.
And here, it's really not about that. It's about the entertainment of the fight. And it's such a diverse sport. There are so many different facets, so many different arts that are thrown in there that you have the time and the opportunity to improve. He says, well, I'm getting on to 33. I said, you're just a kid.
Your first fight, you fought what?
45.
45.
Well, 44 or 45. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wish everybody had the same, you know, desire of competing on that age like you, Mike, you guys, because we all know, man, it's tough. I'm feeling it right now. You know what I mean? All the hard training.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't imagine you guys getting up, you know, in the morning after a session like that.
I watched Shane. Shane's come home from wrestling the last 3 days, so they got sectionals coming this weekend. And so the coaches are getting them ready for that. You know, their season's pretty much ended as far as meets. They did great. They won the ACL championship. They did great. But now they got their meets coming. So what's been going on is they've been working them really hard. And then there's this other guy named Mike Hardy, who's a father. He's got 3 wrestlers on the team. And this guy comes in afterwards. He was a heavyweight college wrestler, really good. And he comes in after the practice over and grabs the guys that are going to the sectionals and beats the hell out of them. So Shady walks in the door looking like me, all hunched over, you know, hands and feet up the stairs, crawling up the stairs.
But to be honest with you, that's the best feeling that a fighter can have after a hard section of training, and then you sure that the homework is being done right.
Well, that's it. Once when you can't walk all the way up the stairs, you know that you did as much as you could.
Yep. And then
you know you did your part.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A lot of times people get so complacent after they've won a few fights, after they've done it, and it gets so easy for them that they don't think they need to train as hard anymore. Yeah. And that's when you see the people lose.
That's it, man. You gotta have the fire, man, to get ready for every single fight. You know what I mean? So
not like a good get you back in gear.
That's true.
And you can punch me, Mom. I don't think she'll catches it. She mentions it every once in a while. So you can kick it. See if you get it.
I missed that one.
That's funny. All right, so you're training at CCFA. You're teaching at CCFA. How many days a week now?
CCFA 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Nights? You doing the days still?
Nights. I'm doing Tuesday morning at 10
o'clock. Yeah.
At CCFA.
Yeah.
You know,
good. How's the day classes going over there? They getting fuller?
No, actually, it's a small class. You know, I would say 4 or 5 guys shows. You know. In
oh, really? Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So it's been in there. We've
not nice for Pat, but it's nice to be able to learn in that environment when there's not that many people.
And some people, some people they learn more when it's a small group class. You know what I mean? When it's not like 25, 30 guys on the mats.
Exactly.
And you can give the same attention that you give it to those 5
I'm
guys.
ADD. I get distracted. Yeah. So, I'm all over the place. I can't do it like that. So we don't know who Johnny. Anybody else? You know who else is going to fight on that 17th card? I got next week's going to be Gary. He's coming in. He's going to do a show, so he'll tell us more about it. But just you know, I
would say the only thing I know it's going to be 5 to 6 guys from City of Tong. Tyson will be fighting.
Oh, he will.
Yeah. Tyson
what weight's he?
He's I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
he's little.
He's 155.
Yeah, nice.
If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he's stocky.
He's strong, man. Yeah. Strong kid. We've been training Saturdays over there, and he's the tough kid.
Yeah,
you know
nice.
I mean?
Now, on a personal note, who's more better looking, me or Loco?
I gotta give it to Loco, right?
Come on, man! What are you doing to me, dude? Dude, you are not gonna.
Nothing personal. Nothing personal.
Give me the andiron. That's just because you don't want to get choked out, you bastard. Unbelievable. That's it. That's it. Mike, I'm going to hit you with the soup can for that one.
Mike, see my credit, man.
Oh, dude, that's it. That's it. It's over. It's over. All right, what else we got? You're fighting on the 17th.
Yeah.
You're training 3 days you're teaching 3 days at Cape Cod Fighting Alliance.
Yeah.
You're teaching 3 days at City of Tong.
Actually, City of Tong, I've been teaching only once.
Oh, you're once.
Chris
is once.
Chris is once, and Mike's once.
And Mike's once.
And then I'm training down there at least twice a week.
All right, listen, I got a few more minutes. Let's talk about Chris a little bit.
Chris Eldridge.
He is a monster.
He is a monster, man.
Yeah, he is. He broke my rib. Well, separated my ribs. I couldn't train. Oh, he killed me. Threw me.
He is unbelievable. He's got a strength that, and not just the strength. He has the technique,
balance.
You know what I mean? I always have a tough time with him. I always moving. If I stop for a little bit, I know that I'm gonna have a hard time trying to get out of positions.
Yeah.
You know, so it's.
Is he still a brown belt or is he a black belt?
He's a black belt.
Wow.
Yeah,
nice.
he's been a black belt for about a year now, I would say, or close to a year. And you know, he's got great technique. He knows how to teach. You know what I mean? He gets really well into the details of the position. He knows how to break it down really nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I learned a lot from him. He's a good kid.
I wish that he could have more time to train, to stand up. You know what I mean? And,
I keep trying to talk him into it. Every time I see him,
yeah, it's because of work schedule and stuff. You know what I mean? He can't train as much that we love, you know, to have him around because he's a great training partner. But I would love to see him.
Now, what's he like? 245, and he's hot as a rock.
Yeah, he tells that he's 220, but every time he steps on the scale, he's 240, dude. Yeah, 235, 240. So we know that he always lying about the weight.
He must weigh himself after training, after a good class.
That's what he tried to do after training. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. First in the morning when you're empty.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna try to get him in there, you know, as much as we can, and then he's gonna be helping me pretty soon for my fight, you know, too.
Beautiful.
And you know, I always look forward to training with him, and he's a great training partner. I was learning from students.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. Juliano Banana Coutinho is fighting March 17th, 2012 at the JUNGLEPLEX in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Get online, go to CCFA, find me, find anybody, look it up, you know, and go see a fight. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Make sure you get the tickets. You guys are gonna love it.
Michael the Hammer Mulligan, thanks for coming to another Fireside Chat.
Nice, Hammer.
Hey folks, Michael the Hammer Mulligan here. I hope you enjoyed that Fireside Chat with Juliano the Banana Coutinho. It was a great time for me. I love talking to him. You know, he's one of my favorite trainers. He's just such a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the groundwork. He's been training really, really hard for his upcoming fight, May 17th at the JUNGLEPLEX in Plymouth. You should go check out a fight. I get a little time for a little common sense. And I'll pose the question to you, what did you do with your kids this week? How much time did you spend with them? Now, for me, it's easy. I like to go hang around the wrestling room, watch what my kids doing, see how they're learning, see who's teaching them, talk to their teachers. You know, I get to see everybody there, you know. He comes home, I make him dinner, make sure he's fully hydrated because he sweats out a lot, and we talk. We actually sit down and talk. I yell at him, go put your phone away if he's texting too much so we can't talk. But we do spend time together, and I get inside his head and I get to find out what's going on with him. To me, that's very, very important. Left to our own devices as children, we got into a lot of trouble. So with the kids coming up, I like to make sure that they're not left to their own devices. You know, when people are born, we're not exactly handed a book of rules, a book of instructions, and say, this is how you run your life. Kids kind of need somebody to do that for them. They need us to point them in the right direction, their teachers, you know. But, you know, with school, the teachers got a lot of people that they need to take care of, so they can't get into the finer details that we need to take care of out here. So, with that being said, spend a little extra time this week with your kids. I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks for coming to another Fireside Chat with Michael Hammer Mulligan.